She's in court suing him for over $4,000 in baby expenses, but he says he's already bought her everything she asked for.
You are asking the court to award you $496.52 for baby supplies you say the defendant, Ms. Jett, demanded for a child you adamantly deny is yours.
He's got the receipts. He brings in a list of demands she sent him on Facebook, including everything from a car seat to baby lotion.
Can he get this? Can he get that? He said, no, I'm not getting
Your
anything
Honor,
until
I
the
have
baby
evidence
is born.
to show you that I have bought everything she said on this, everything she demanded
I
me.
asked him months
I have
and months.
evidence right here. She wrote me on Facebook demanding
But how long
that
did it
I
take
buy.
to
I
get
said,
her stuff?
okay, Your Honor, I have the receipt and it might be the date on there.
His big reason for doubt? She was in a relationship with another man at the same time she was with him.
After she had the baby, she had told me the whole time she was pregnant, she was in a relationship.
Your Honor,
And she said she was in a sexual relationship. That's one.
And the social media drama is real. After the baby was born, she posted a picture of the newborn and tagged the other man in it.
And another thing is she had the baby and tagged the dude name in the picture where she tagged another dude. Like, listen, if the baby mine, why didn't you tag me in the picture?
Honor.
Well, why the picture still stayed on your Facebook?
Honor.
And my family had to tell me, oh, you know she tagged another dude name in the picture.
But she says it was just a mistake. She claims she tagged the wrong person by accident, but he's not buying it.
You tagged yourself in the picture. And he said, oh, I'm sorry. Why would this
And
guy?
you don't know what you writing.
He said that maybe it was an accident that he mistakenly tagged himself in her picture. That's what he said.
He's even got proof of the money he's spent. He brings in a receipt for a $100 money order he sent her, but she says that's all he's ever given her.
Money order right here.
Your Honor, he had not been getting money for a baby.
Jerome, will you have that evidence, please?
And a receipt for the money order. And that was $100. And then when she was pregnant, I went shopping.
So you say you gave her cash multiple times, but you just have a receipt for one money order?
Yes, ma'am.
So what about the other times?
I never kept it.
And so...
But her mom is here to defend her. She says he called her during the pregnancy and promised to be there for his daughter, no matter what.
And that was it. That was the end of the conversation.
Did you ever have any conversation with your daughter that would indicate maybe she was intimate with someone else and someone else could possibly be the father?
No.
The judge calls her out for her shady behavior, saying she's not a victim in this and that she's the one who created all this drama.
The reason why I stopped, okay.
Facebook tag, I got that.
Okay, the Facebook tag and
what
multiple
else?
dudes.
Your Honor.
Because multiple the multiple dudes, she got pregnant fast. And the departure, I was still there. And the real departure when I stopped seeing the baby was because she had threatened me. That's the reason why I didn't go. The reason why I didn't go, I stopped seeing the baby is because she had threatened my life. You know what I'm saying?
Judge Lake has the envelope that will finally end this baby mama drama. Will he be on the hook for thousands more, or will he be proven right?
Pertaining to 4-month-old Nolani Harvey. Mr. Harvey, you are not her father. Mr. McKee, you never heard from Miss Thomas again during the whole pregnancy.
I haven't heard from her, Your Honor.
All while she was pregnant?
All while she was pregnant.
So you weren't there when the baby was born?
No, Your Honor.
This whole mess started on a dating app. Ms. Thomas and Mr. McKee hooked up, and now she's in court to prove he's the father of her baby boy, Carson.
Ms. Thomas, you and the defendant, Mr. McKee, met on an online dating website, and the conversation quickly jumped offline and into Mr. McKee's bed. You believed you were in a committed relationship with the defendant and was devastated when he denied your pregnancy.
But he says he wasn't looking for a relationship. He claims he was just having fun, but she fell for him after just a month.
I wasn't ready, Your Honor.
Tell me about it, though. You know, a lot of times we're in situations like this where there are two people are on two different pages. I hear a lot of times when women say, you know, I was to him, and then the man will say, well, I wasn't committed to her, or even vice versa. Sometimes, you know, the man is committed and faithful, and the woman is.
How did she tell him she was pregnant? She sent him a picture of the positive test, and he replied, whatever you decide to do, just let me know, and then blocked her.
I said, let me take a pregnancy test. So I took a pregnancy test. I took a picture of it, and I sent it to him through text message. He was like, what is this? I was like, a pregnancy test. He's like, oh, okay, so whatever you decide to do, just let me know.
But she called me when she was like 3 months pregnant. I know I got a phone call, I was at work. I told her I'd call her back, but I ended up blocking her number.
He was a total ghost. He had no contact with her for the entire pregnancy and wasn't even there for the birth.
Mr. McKee, you never heard from Miss Thomas again during the whole pregnancy?
I haven't heard from her, Your Honor.
All while she was pregnant?
All while she was pregnant.
So you weren't there when the baby was born?
No, Your Honor.
His big reason for doubt is the baby's looks. He says the baby is too light-skinned and has different features, even joking that he looks like Donald Trump.
So, Mr. McKee, she sent you a text with the picture of the baby. Your first response was what?
The baby look like he can be for Donald Trump.
Like, really?
But that's not all. He says because she already has 7 other kids, he thinks she's probably getting with a lot of other guys too.
Whoever else you think she might be me?
You feel like because she has more than one child that she potentially was entertaining a lot of different men.
That's what
And
he's
so
trying to
it's
say.
not just you she was sleeping. Is that what you're trying to say?
1 month.
Oh, now I get what you say. Okay, could you just talk?
She swears she wasn't with anyone else. She says her other kids' fathers were all black, so there's no way the baby could be so light unless it was his.
I meet you April the 1st, and April the 20th, we getting it in. It ain't gonna take long.
It's because she had sex with you so
Fast.
quickly that you felt like, well, maybe this is the type of person or type of woman who's also having sex with other people.
But when we
Online
first started off,
date.
His own family is divided. His mom thinks the baby looks like him, but his aunt told her to go find the real father.
Do you feel like there's a resemblance?
My mama say it can be mine, but my auntie say she need to find the dad of that baby.
Okay, so even in your own family, the response has been,
right,
It's hard.
it's off.
Carson's 8 months old. So you've been doing this all this time.
Yes, ma'am.
He's got his own drama. He already has 1 daughter and has 2 more kids on the way with 2 different women, who are sisters.
So do you have any other kids, Mr. McKee?
I have a daughter. I have 2 more on the way.
Right.
With your spouse or your girlfriend?
Girlfriend.
So the children were planned. So you have twins on the way.
No, not twin, but 2 different women.
But wait, after the results are read, she drops a final bombshell, revealing that the real father is actually her ex from before she even met Mr. McKee.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. McKee, you are not the father.
Are you serious?
We sit down, we have the discussion. I asked her point blank, am I the father of the child? Who's
And
the
I
baby
was
daddy?
honest, right?
She
And what
looked
did
at
she
me
say?
and
I was
said,
honest.
you're not the father. Real talk.
This whole mess started when Mr. Matlock left town for just 1 week to visit his son. When he came back, his girlfriend, Ms. Monroe, had already moved her ex into their house.
Mr. Matlock,
Yes, ma'am.
you say that a few years back you were suddenly called away on family business.
She knew I was back and forth from Fort Smith, Fayetteville, because I have a son down in that area. Back in '07, I was down there for a week.
No.
She says he's the one to blame. She claims he stopped answering her calls for a whole month, so she thought he wasn't coming back and she had to move on.
Wonder where they are if they're not calling you, if you have no contact with them. So of course, yes, I did call him. Then he never answered my calls, and this went on for a whole month.
What number you
And
called?
Phone calls from Ms. Monroe and not answer 'em?
No, Your Honor, I wasn't. I would talk to her when I called her, but I don't feel like when I'm spending time with my son, I should have to drop in the
No,
time
you
with
should
my
still
son.
have.
But he says that's a total lie. He claims he forgave her for cheating. They got back together, and then a month and a half later, she dropped the bombshell that she was pregnant.
Ms. Monroe, when he went out of town, did he voluntarily call you at all while he
No.
was gone?
Lies.
Maybe
Not one
Lies.
call.
maybe 2 or 3 times. Like
Talked about it, we worked it out. I eventually moved back in the house, picking up a sexual relationship with her again.
At first, she told him he was not the father, but now she's in court trying to prove that he is. What a tangled web of lies.
We sit down, we have the discussion. I asked her point blank, am I the father of the child? Who's
And
the
I
baby
was
daddy?
honest, right?
She
And what
looked
did
at
she
me
say?
and
I was
said,
honest.
you're not the father. Real talk.
He's been paying child support for 4 years. He says he missed the first court date and was named the dad by default, and now he's paying $360 a month for a kid he's sure isn't his.
They sent, I didn't get no reply back. Next thing I got was I got served with papers saying I missed my date and I was a father by default. I have evidence to prove that, Your Honor.
So you didn't show you weren't there.
I was at work.
By default,
I am the father.
you were determined to be the father.
I am the father.
I've established now you're paying child support in the amount of $360 a month.
The child support has ruined his life. He says it destroyed his marriage to another woman and forced him to get a second job just to make the payments.
When my wife found out that they had taken child support out for a baby that I didn't know was mine or
she
not,
didn't worry about her own business.
we got into it. She was mad. Like, I get into it. So I basically tell her, I got into a situation. I don't want to be with you no more. If you're going to be mad over this, let's just end it right now before it gets too far and we got to actually spend some real money to end this.
The mom-in-law says she even saw Ms. Monroe's other man driving her car and that he was bragging about being the baby's real dad.
First of all, my mama, my sisters, my brothers, none of us, none of my family care about, okay? If the baby was his, when I tried to go see the little girl on a Sunday, she's supposed to brought the little girl to see me, and she texted me out the blue and was like, well, she's not here. I supposed to went to the little girl's birthday party, but I live in a whole different town. You dig what I'm saying?
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Is Mr. Matlock the father, or was he right about her cheating all along?
When it comes to 5-year-old Kenya Monroe, Mr. Matlock, the wait is over. You are not.
I knew it! Go find your baby daddy!
In the beginning, me and Deshaun, we weren't really serious when we had our first son. I did cheat on him in the beginning.
This poor dude, Mr. Mitchell, is so fed up. He's in court to get DNA tests for his 2 sons because his wife, Ms. Dalton, has put him and the kids through a lot.
Mr. Mitchell, you are petitioning the court for 2 DNA tests to determine if you are the father of your estranged wife's 2 children, 2-year-old Deshaun Jr. and 1-year-old Bishop.
He's a total stand-up guy. Even with all his doubts, he has full custody of both little boys and is raising them all on his own.
You currently have custody of the 2 boys, so the stakes of today's results couldn't be higher.
Yes, Your Honor.
She's got some nerve. She tries to play the victim, claiming she was forced to leave her home. But he says she's the one who walked out with another man, telling him to take the kids.
What she did is she left with another man. She just came home one day, Your Honor, and just said, here go your kids, take the kids, and just walked out.
There was something that happened, and
That's what
I
she
was
did.
forced to leave my home.
Nobody forced her to leave. When she left me, Your Honor, and left the kids and walked out, Your Honor, I was on our city bus in the freezing.
She's a cheater, and she knows it. She admits she was getting with another man at the very beginning of their relationship, right when their first son was made.
In the beginning, me and Deshaun, we weren't really serious when we had our first son. I did cheat on him in the beginning.
How did he find out? He says the other man called her phone, and when he confronted her, she lied and said it was just her cousin.
I happened to end up finding out once we was over my sister's house. Some guy calls her phone, Your Honor. So when the guy calls her phone, I'm like, who is that? It's her cousin. That's what she says. It's my cousin. So when I said, okay.
The other man spilled all the tea. Mr. Mitchell says he made her call the guy back, and the man confessed they had been together without protection and that she might be pregnant.
I asked her to call him back. Once she calls him back, he talking about they been having sex and he ain't been using condoms and she may be pregnant. This what he's saying, Your Honor.
There was never
You
a
spoke
time.
to him?
But he's a good guy. Even with all those red flags, he still signed the first son's birth certificate because he wanted to believe her.
He was born?
Yes, he
Yes,
did.
Your Honor, I did.
You did?
Yes. I wanted to believe her, Your Honor. I really did.
He was there the whole pregnancy and the whole 9 in every room and everything.
Was he expressing doubt to you?
No, he was not, and that's why it came to me that he even thought.
The cheating never stopped. He says she was with 3 or 4 other men, and that she even got with a Keo worker right before their second son was born.
Mr. Mitchell, what is this doubt based on?
Your Honor, it's the cheating that she's constantly been doing, Your Honor. It's been 3, maybe 4 guys that she done cheated on me with. Probably 3 since we've been married.
And then after Deshaun was born, you all obviously stayed together because not long after, you have another child.
Correct.
She admits it again. She confesses that she did get with the co-worker, but tries to excuse it by saying their relationship was going through a rocky period.
So, yes, I did cheat with the guy, and I'm not saying that I didn't.
Your Honor, I came home one day, Your Honor. Guy is sitting on my couch, Your Honor.
On your couch?
And she done made dinner or lunch, whatever you want to call it, for this guy.
Judge Lake has 2 envelopes that will change everything. Will this man who stepped up be rewarded with the truth, or is he about to have his heart broken twice?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Mitchell, you are Bishop's father.
Cause that's why it's funny, because how can somebody tell me who I was sleeping with? Nobody in the room was in the room with me when I was sleeping with somebody. What do I have to lie for?
Keyshawn told us that he wanted the blood test. The only way, Keyshawn only denied the baby when him and my daughter was arguing.
This whole heartbreaking story starts with Ms. Hooker, who is trying to prove her late ex-boyfriend Keyshawn is her baby's dad. But his mom, Miss Baker, is here to prove he's not.
Ms. Hooker, you are here with your mother because you say the defendant's son, Mr. Abraham, fathered your 10-month-old daughter, Kanaya. You say that Ms. Baker and her family's denial of this child has caused you pain, and you are here for an apology and to prove her son is the father.
The family's doubt is fueled by some really nasty rumors, including the fact that Keyshawn's own sister cruelly said baby Kanaya was too fat to be his baby.
It's not Ms. Baker who denies Kenaya, it's her family who makes my daughter feel some type of way. It's not Ms. Baker. She was too fat to be his his baby. She fat like them, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff. Never from Miss Baker. It's always family who always have something to say about my grandbaby.
But Grandma Baker says her late son told her directly that he wasn't the only boy that had messed with Ms. Hooker. Was she with someone else behind his back?
But then when we finally found out for sure, he told me. He said he wasn't the only boy that had messed with Denaya.
Okay.
Keyshawn allegedly heard from another guy that he was also with Ms. Hooker while he was away. Was she really juggling two men at once?
On a Sunday, and he died that Friday.
I'm so very sorry.
He just told me to promise him that we was gonna get a test done because of what the other young man said, and you know.
What did the other young man say?
He told Keyshawn that when he wasn't around, he was supposedly sleeping with Denaya.
But Ms. Hooker swears she was loyal to Keyshawn and claims he only ever denied the baby when they were in a fight.
You know, 'cause that's why it's funny, because how can somebody tell me who I was sleeping with? Nobody in the room was in the room with me when I was sleeping with somebody. What do I have to lie for?
Keyshawn told us that he wanted the blood test. The only way, Keyshawn only denied the baby when him and my daughter was arguing.
The family feud gets ugly. Keyshawn's sister says she can't even look at the baby because it's just a painful reminder that my brother's not here.
For people to look, for me personally, to look at the baby because it's just a reminder that my brother's not here. So it's not about her and her feeling. When she does come around, it is a sense of sadness for me. So it's not that somebody looking at her crazy, dealing with
the ultimate act of disrespect. Baby Kanaya's name was completely left out of her alleged father's obituary after he was tragically murdered.
I came here because this is what I promised my baby, and it's gonna be done.
And the truth is, Ms. Baker, and you're right.
Right now.
You're right.
Judge, my daughter really feels some type of way. It's not that she feels some type of way. It's like she more hurt behind the obituary. And Miss Carolyn has explained to her about the obituary, how the obituary went. But in her heart, she feel like Miss Bland left her out of the obituary on purpose.
But she makes a promise. If the baby is his, she will personally go back to the funeral home and have the obituaries reprinted with Kanaya's name included.
Since she got left out the obituary, I have already told them if it comes back saying Kenaya belongs to Keyshawn, I'm going directly back to the funeral home and get a set of obituaries made. So when this baby grow up and she read her dad's obituary, there's her name.
The courtroom is dead silent. Will this baby be welcomed into a grieving family, or will she be rejected and left fatherless forever?
The percentage of relatedness between Ms. Baker, Mr. Abraham, and Kenaya Abraham is 0%.
and this is why right here.
You know, we're here discussing baby Hazel,
Yes, ma'am.
her paternity, and Ms. Jones asserts that your son is her biological father. Do you believe that? You do?
I do.
Please
I absolutely do.
tell the court why.
Well,
This whole mess starts with Mr. Joyner, a military vet who was in court to prove he's not the father of Ms. Jones's baby, Hazel, after what he says was just a casual fling.
Mr. Joyner, you say you are a responsible U.S. military veteran who would never neglect a call and are 100% certain you are not her child's biological father.
But she says they were in a serious relationship. He was with her every day, and she was even cooking and cleaning for him.
Yes, ma'am. I know the situation because she used to take my car and go over there and visit him and stay sometimes this night and everything with him. I even went over there to his residence, spent the weekend and everything with them.
He's a total dog. He admits he didn't even know her name the first night they got together and only planned for it to be a temporary thing.
We were dating.
Your Honor, I would not say we was dating in any kind of serious relationship. I met her, our place where we worked at, it was a restaurant. I mean, hell, the first night I brought her home, Your Honor, I didn't even know her name. I mean, just to be honest.
His big reason for doubt? He claims in his 12 years of being with women, he has never gotten anyone pregnant. So he thinks it's impossible for him to be the dad.
It's not my baby. It is not my baby. I am a U.S. veteran. I'm a military veteran, and I do take care of my responsibility.
Do you have other children?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
Grandma is all in. She says the baby looks just like him and that she's already bought a ring with her potential granddaughter's birthstone on it.
they brought her to see me when she was 2 days old. Olivia, I didn't find out till 2 weeks before that she was pregnant. When you
So your
touch
son
a
never
baby-
told you?
Never. You know, you just know. I have a grandmother's ring I got in April. It has Hazel's name and birthstone right with the rest of my grandkids.
But he says his doubt is real because of a past heartbreak. He once raised another child he thought was his, only for a DNA test to prove he wasn't the father.
Your Honor, I have this to say. Not too long ago, a couple years ago, in West Virginia, where I moved from, there was another situation just similar to this one right here. Girl said that she had a baby, you know, it was mine, all this. And I mean, this baby looked identical to me. Identical. I thought so myself. I got attached to this this baby, and the test results came in, and it was negative.
His mom is not having it. She says she's ashamed of him for denying the baby and that he needs to be a man and step up.
Miss Jones's child, baby Hazel, is your biological child. Why do you think your mother's saying that?
I don't know, maybe just deep down she's ready for me to have a kid. I mean, she knows
Hell
she's
no,
ready for
you're
me.
not
I don't know.
responsible to have
You know, I mean, my little brother, he has 2 of them, and I don't have any.
He's been a total deadbeat so far. The mom says he hasn't bought a single diaper, and the baby doesn't even have a crib to sleep in.
Needs to grow up, and denying it is not going to help. You're missing every day that you don't.
Sounds like your mother has stepped up in your absence thus far because she is 8 months old.
I was helping Olivia from day one. Been there and bought that baby diapers, clothes for me from day one when neither one of them would.
I was buying things for Hazel when nobody was.
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Will Grandma get her wish, or is this man who's been hurt before about to be proven right?
It has been determined by this court. To Joyner, you are the father.
I found out I was pregnant, I called DeMarcus and let DeMarcus know I'm pregnant right now, and it's a possibility that it's Ladarius's baby or your baby. DeMarcus told me to come home.
So you got back together with Mr. Patterson.
Because me and Ladarius were like oil and water, and we could not do it.
This poor dude, Mr. Patterson, is so hurt, he raised 4-year-old DeMarcus Jr. from birth. But now his ex, Ms. Knight, is saying another man could be the real dad.
Mr. Patterson, you opened your case today to prove that you 4-year-old DeMarcus Patterson Jr.'s biological father.
But she claims she was honest from the start. She says she told him when she got pregnant that there was a 50-50 chance the baby wasn't his.
I let DeMarcus know when I got pregnant that there was a possibility that I could be pregnant by someone else.
How did this all start? She says she left Mr. Patterson after he cheated on her and immediately got with the other man, Mr. Sigler.
DeMarcus ended up cheating on me within the time we were together, and I ended up leaving with Ladarius, the alleged father. Basically, we didn't work out at all. So I called DeMarcus to let him know, hey, I could be pregnant by Ladarius and you. And DeMarcus like, well, I want to be with you.
But then she got back with Mr. Patterson while she was still with Mr. Sigler. This is a total mess.
As I found out I was pregnant, I called DeMarcus and let DeMarcus know I'm pregnant right now, and it's a possibility that it's Ladarius's baby or your baby. DeMarcus told me come home.
So you got back together with Mr. Patterson.
Because me and Ladarius were like oil and water and could not do it.
He was so sure the baby was his. He was at the hospital for the birth and says when he held his son for the first time, all his doubts went away.
I've been there since birth, since he came out the womb, since he entered this world. When the doctor first, held him up and finally gave him to him, I witnessed him just completely quit crying and looked me dead in my eyes. And at that moment, I knew I became someone's father. So at that moment, all the doubts that we had before, I just knew they were just out the window and it was gonna leave us a happy family.
But she says he's a liar. She claims he's the one who demanded to name the baby after himself and refused to get a DNA test.
Why give in to the name and name this child after him because knowing that there's a possibility?
I was in love with him. We were together all the time. He demanded it, that's what he wanted. He denied the DNA test. So I'm like, you know what?
We're gonna roll with this.
Let's go with it.
The family situation is just bizarre. The other man's mother is Ms. Knight's godmother, and they've all been raising the little boy together like one big happy family.
Felicia, that is your witness here.
My godmom.
That's Mr. Sigler's mother.
Right.
So that's the other guy's mother. And so you said Miss Sigler is your godmother.
Right.
So the other possible father is your god brother?
Right.
Oh.
Ladarius.
Oh, you making this look bad.
Surprise. The other man, Mr. Sigler, is in court. He says he's the one who told her she was pregnant and took her to the clinic to find out for sure.
DeMarcus Jr.'s biological father?
Yes, ma'am. In the midst of me and Kaylin having dealings or intimacy, I was the one who told her she was pregnant. And when I told her she was pregnant, she said, well, if you feel like that, take me to the clinic.
This is so sad. The little boy calls both men daddy, and now his whole world is about to be turned upside down.
And so in the last 4 years, has Mr. Patterson been there for DeMarcus?
He's been there.
He had. DeMarcus Jr. called Mr. Patterson daddy?
Yeah.
He do look at both of us like fathers.
Does he call you daddy too?
Yes, ma'am.
So the child is calling two men daddy?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. DeMarcus, I don't care how he acted. After this, find out he ain't daddy, he ain't going nowhere.
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Will this big, happy family stay together, or will one man be left heartbroken?
It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Sigler.
Correct.
Who jumped out the window?
She did.
I was trying to get free from him.
But see, the whole
He's
thing
crazy.
is, she leave the house every time. It's always when a private call come, or it's after 3 a.m. That's the only time he able to get away from his wife, so-called.
What?
And with that said,
this relationship is a total disaster. Ms. Hotto is in court to prove her ex, Mr. Andrews, is the father of their baby, but he's sure she's a serial cheater.
Ms. Hadel, after 8 years off and on with the defendant, the two of you called it quits just 3 months ago because he denies your 1-year-old daughter, Amarella. Now, you want to prove to him that he is her biological father.
But she says he's the real cheater. She claims he got another woman pregnant while they were living together.
9 months into our relationship, pregnated another female while he was living with me. I moved to Kansas and got away from him. We then started our relationship back. I had planned on having another child with him.
His big reason for doubt? He snooped on her phone and found a bunch of sexual text messages from another man.
You saw sexual text messages from another man. Is that correct?
correct.
Explain.
The same person who I see this text message from is the same guy who she was having an affair with all along from the whole get-go. So when I seen that text message, my whole thought process was...
But the drama gets even crazier. He claims she once jumped out of their window at 3 in the morning after getting a private phone call.
Correct.
Who jumped out the window?
She did.
Trying to get free from him.
But see, the whole
He's
thing
crazy.
is, she leave the house every time. It's always when a private call come, or it's after 3 a.m. That's the only time he able to get away from his wife, so-called.
What?
And with that said,
her wild excuse for the window escape, she says he was barricading my front door, and she had to leave to get some comfort.
I get that you all were in a bad place in your relationship, but does trust have to do with playing Wonder Woman and jumping out the window?
I couldn't walk out my front door because he was barricading my front door.
Where were you going?
I was going to find comfort.
He's got more proof. He says he found a bunch of unused condoms in her car. What was she planning to do with those?
Found a condom
So
in
at
the
least
car.
I was using protection and it ain't.
but she know I'm the one who take my daughter to daycare every morning. I'm the one get the dress, take daycare every morning. Little dirty people couldn't even take the condom and throw it away.
The ultimate betrayal. He claims she even admitted to him that there were 2 other men who could be the baby's father.
A couple times.
Number 4. 4 months ago, Ms. Hadel told me about other potential fathers.
Correct.
Really?
And out of spite, she just go to running her mouth, and when she get mad, she'll tell on herself.
Full of it.
She says that's a lie. She claims she only agreed with him that there were other men because he wouldn't stop accusing her.
No, Honor, this is what I said, and I'm gonna let you know what happened. He was saying this person and this person is her daddy. I said, okay.
Because you was having
And
affairs with both of
okay,
them.
then
Because she was having
no, I
affairs with
was
both
not.
guys.
Either way, so I just agreed with him because that's what he wanted to hear. So I said, okay.
So
Like, I'm done arguing with you. Okay, then.
And you think I would, so you...
He was there for the birth and even cut the umbilical cord, but he says he still had doubts in the back of his mind the whole time.
Another female pregnant in the same town that we're living in. I'm about to give birth a month later. He was there, got to see this first child born out of whatever 6 or 7 children that he does have. This is the first child that he got to see born. So that was very special for him, me as well, having him there.
But he's got his own secrets. She claims he has 3 other kids with other women that he's been hiding from her.
He has 2 other children. 3 other children outside of the relationship?
During our relationship.
No.
What kind of mess is this?
She's lying.
Right.
She's lying. She's lying.
You're gonna get the side eye now.
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Will this chaotic couple finally get the answer they need to move on?
Determined by this court, Mr. Andrews, you are the father.
That's when I should have known that.
But at some point you found out.
Yes.
2 weeks later,
And
but
I
you
still,
continued.
and
3
I
years.
still continued.
We 4 years
yes,
now?
I did. By then, I felt like I was stuck. I was young, and I felt like I was stuck.
This whole mess starts with Ms. Phillips, who is suing her ex, Mr. Gibbs, for over $1,000 in baby expenses for their daughter Jordan because he refuses to help out.
Ms. Phillips, you are suing your ex-boyfriend for $1,000 in child care expenses you claim he has ignored since denying that he is the father of your 2-month-old daughter Jordan, whom he refuses to meet.
But he says he has every reason to doubt her. He claims she has a history of being with other men and didn't live up to his standards.
You claim that Ms. Phillips did not live up to your standards and has a long history of sexual promiscuity. You believe you are not father of her baby and therefore say owe her nothing.
Their relationship was a total roller coaster. He says he kicked her out after a spiritual convention, but she says he's the one who was playing games.
I think it started for me when, he went to this convention, a spiritual convention, and he came home that night. He was just like, you gotta go.
I just must stop you. You're in a relationship. He's the one for me.
That's how I felt.
But she admits she did cheat on him. She says she felt stuck in the relationship because of his own cheating and just wanted to get back at him.
That's when I should have known that the relationship
But at
was
some
gonna
point you
progress.
found out.
Yes.
2 weeks later,
And
but
I
you
still-
continue.
but- and I still
We 4 years
yes,
now?
I did, because by then I felt like I was stuck. I was young and I felt like I was stuck.
His sister Orion takes the stand. She says she found it super weird that Ms. Phillips disappeared to another state for 2 weeks while she was pregnant.
Okay, well, first of all, it's just too much between the both of them, back and forth. This has been going on for a year. And when my brother first told me that she was pregnant and that she did have a child, I thought it was strange that she left and went to Tampa, because I felt like, okay, well, if it is his baby, you're not just keeping it away from him, but you're keeping it away from the rest of his family too.
But Ms. Phillips says she only left to get away from all the stress and drama he was causing her during the pregnancy.
Couldn't do it no more, Your Honor. All this drama he would take. I was pregnant. I wasn't trying to be that pregnant.
It was stressing you out.
Yeah, trying to be stressed out. I was not trying to be stressed about him, and he know why, because he first came off denying it. Then we getting argument after argument.
But the mom says her daughter is a good person who just made some bad choices and that he's not perfect either.
She's saying, oh, I can't take it no more, but look what we've been going through for the past 3 years of chaos.
And I was pregnant then.
So you're gonna get pregnant, but then now you take off right when things are getting...
To go to Florida, and what did you think?
I thought it was strange because, I mean, pregnant by someone, and I wanted that person to step up. And even if I'm having problems with that, I'm gonna think about my child.
He's been a total deadbeat so far. She says he hasn't given her a single penny for the baby, and she had to pay for everything herself.
I wouldn't just leave while I'm pregnant, because that's just not natural
Well, the
to
baby
me.
comes first, and my baby's health is important to me. If I'm stressed out, of course, I mean, it's anything that can happen when you're pregnant. If you got a child, you will know. And when you're pregnant, you can't be stressed.
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Will he be on the hook for over $1,000, or will he get the last laugh?
This court has determined that you are her father. So after he didn't show up with the leasing office,
I left.
And how soon after you were intimate with Mr. Sensabaugh did you go down to see your ex?
It was soon.
It was soon. So you're admitting to that?
Yes.
Is that evidence you have for me? Jerome, will you pass that?
This whole mess starts with Mr. Sensabaugh, a man who has survived being shot twice, and now just wants to know if Ms. Brown's baby is his.
Ms. Montoya, you and your son, Mr. Sensabaugh, claim you've been lied to by the defendant about the paternity of her child on numerous occasions.
Yes, Your Honor.
But she says he's just a total mama's boy who let his mom break them up because he wouldn't even sign a lease for their new apartment.
I didn't know that Gregory was such a mother's boy and that I was dealing with his mother.
How am I a mother's boy?
I would be dealing with his mother. I didn't lay with her, I laid with him. We had a conversation and he had said that he was ready to, so I had found an apartment. I had an apartment that was ready for us to sign the paperwork.
But he says their relationship was never serious and that she was still talking to her ex the whole time they were together.
Like the relationship, she was still talking to her, you feel me, her ex, you feel me? So like, what was I supposed to
Greg,
do?
you know the honest to God truth that you told me you was ready to settle down.
She admits it. Just a week after they broke up, she went to another state and got with her ex, who is now the other possible father.
So after he didn't show up with the leasing office, and how soon after you were intimate with Mr. Sensabaugh did you go down to see your ex?
It was soon.
So you're admitting to that?
Yes.
Is that evidence you have for me? Jerome, will you pass that?
She's a total liar. The grandma says she caught her in a lie about taking a plane to see the other man when she actually drove.
But even looking at this calendar, it lets me know that she even lied about something else because I was told she took a plane to Oklahoma, and then when she got off the plane, she was throwing up, I guess, experiencing morning sickness. Now here we go, you drove.
Greg knew.
You told me. I don't know what you told Greg or what
I never told you that I took a plane to Oklahoma.
But here's the craziest part. They already took a home DNA test, and it came back that he was not the father.
The timeline of lies is week 1. I purchased the DNA test, to which she agreed to take. 8 weeks, 2 months for her to send it in. And the whole 2 months, she said, I sent it. Finally, she sends it in the DNA sample. Week 11, the results came in. I got an email in the middle of the night.
And what did the results say?
That there was 0 probability of paternity.
So why are they in court? Because she admits she faked that first test. She says she swapped one of her other kids' DNA samples to trick him.
I get told by my son that she said she lied and that she swapped one of her other kids on purpose so that he wouldn't be the father.
Wait a minute. Ms. Brown, did you say this?
I said that out of us being upset.
So once again,
and him talking crazy.
That's another lie.
Cussing me out. And
His mom is heartbroken. She says this whole mess has torn her up and she just wants the truth for her son, who has already been through so much.
at the end of the day, my son got shot once. He got shot again after these results. That's week 14. Maybe by week 19, he was shot again and almost died. So here we are. We have still a child up in the air, and that's what brings us here to paternity court.
Do you hope she's your grandchild?
I don't know.
But Ms. Brown says the grandma is the real problem. She claims the grandma has been lying on her and trying to keep her son away from his responsibilities.
This is my son. I can lose him at any given time. He's been shot twice. Who's to say the third time isn't gonna be it? My son almost died when he was 2 weeks old. So if she wants to consider him a mama's boy, that's with him getting shot.
The poor baby, Malaya, is caught in the middle of all this. The grandma says the baby looks just like her, and she's been so excited to be a grandma.
Why are you so emotional, Mrs. Montoya? What are you feeling?
I don't know. I don't know what to feel. I just want the truth to come out.
Like, and another reason is because the baby looked like it favors me. So I was just thinking, like, why I can't be in my child's life if that's my child? Like, it looked like me.
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Will this man who has survived so much finally get the peace he's looking for?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Sensabaugh, you are not her father.
And get her name what it's supposed to be, Ava Jashay Miller, and that meant so much to my son, and that's why I know it, because I lost a daughter, and her name was Ashaya. She was 15. They was very close, so that's where her name come from.
This whole sad story starts with Ms. Kyle, who is in court to prove to her late boyfriend's mother, Ms. Light, that her son James is the father of her baby, Ava.
Ms. Kiles, you have opened your case to prove to the defendant that her deceased son, James, is your 14-month-old daughter, Ava's biological father. You state that you know the defendant is in pain due to the loss of her son, but so are you, and want nothing more than to give her closure.
But the grandma, Miss Light, says her son had big doubts. He told her that another man once answered Ms. Kyle's phone and claimed he was Ava's father.
Ms. Light, you say Ms. Kyles is a pathological liar, and you claim that as much as you would love for a piece of your son to be here, you don't trust baby Ava belongs to him.
But
the doubt is still eating away at you.
It's killing me. It was just a lot going on. He came to me so many times, hurt after he moved her to Oklahoma.
She totally denies it. Ms. Kyle swears their arguments were never about other people and that he never doubted the baby was his.
And so, Ms. Kyles, did another man answer the phone?
That never happened. Me and James never had any fights or arguments about any females, any males. I was hormonal.
But here's a crazy twist. Ms. Kyle admits that after the baby was born, she tried to give her away to a family member who named her Skylar.
When do you let him know that the baby's here?
I decided to give Ava away to a family member, and she named Ava Skylar.
She says she got the baby back and changed her name to Ava, which is what she and James had originally picked out together.
She took her back to Chicago. A week later, I wanted my baby back. She didn't want to give her to me, so I had to call my mother to get her back. She got her immediately. My mom went to go get her. My mom dropped Ava off to Miss Lighthouse, where James was staying at.
He loved that baby so much. The grandma reveals that her son got Ava tattooed right on his face to show his love for his little girl.
Because my son had tatted on his face, Ava Jashay. My son would have told me something. My son would have got the baby's name changed if he had known.
The story is so tragic. The grandma says James was raising Ava as his own and even had her in the car with him on the day he was tragically murdered.
He was raised, she was with her daddy. Y'all was in Illinois at this point. She was with her father when he passed away. She was in a car.
The birth certificate is a total mess. The grandma found a text message that revealed the baby's legal name is still Skylar, and she doesn't even have James's last name.
She didn't have to tell me this, but my grandbaby name is not Ava Jashay. Her name is Skylar Angel, and that's how I found out a couple of weeks ago. On my son's obituary and everything is Ava Jashay Miller.
She says if the baby is her son's, she wants to legally change her name to Ava Jashay Miller, a name that has special meaning to their family.
And get her name what it's supposed to be, Ava Jashay Miller, and that meant so much to my son, and that's why I know it, because I lost a daughter, and her name was Ashaya. She was 15. They was very close, so that's where her name come from.
Judge Lake has the results. Will this grieving grandma get the news she's been praying for, or is more heartbreak on the way?
The percentage of relatedness between Ms. Light and Skylar Ava is 99%. You are So you can blame yourself.
No, this is his fault. This is his fault and this is her fault. And my thing is this, he's been doing things with women. This just a pinch of it compared to what I've been going through in the last 7.5 years. She was one, we got into it because she contacted me.
This whole mess starts with Ms. Humphreys, who is in court to prove her ex, Mr. Cook, is the father of her baby, Tyler. But her new man, Mr. Mosley, is also in the mix.
Ms. Humphreys, you are in court to prove that Mr. Mosley fathered your 2-month-old son, Tyler, while he was separated from the mother of his children.
She admits she was getting with both men at the same time, and even says she didn't use protection with either of them.
Because at the time when I got conceived, we were sexual. That was like the end of August, beginning of September.
Were you having sex with anyone else during that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were?
But she says she was more sexual with Mr. Mosley, which is why she thinks he's the one. What does that even mean?
But you also were having sex with the other guy during that time as
Yes.
well. Do you consider him as a potential father as well?
I mean, he could be, but I was more sexual, Mr. Mosley.
His other girlfriend, Miss Robinson, is in court, and she is not happy. She's totally fed up with all the drama and just wants this mess to be over.
So you can blame yourself.
No, this is his fault. This is his fault and this is her fault. And my thing is this, he's been doing things with women. This just a pinch of it compared to what I've been going through in the last 7.5 years. She was one, we got into it because she contacted me.
But here's the crazy part. Even though he has a whole other girlfriend, Mr. Mosley admits he is still getting with Ms. Humphreys.
So you still have sex with Miss Humphreys?
I have, yeah.
And still gonna continue to once this is done.
Yes.
Drama.
No, it's the truth.
And you say that without any reservation, yes I am, but you stand here saying your family's on the line and you don't want Miss Robinson to leave you, but you saying you having sex with Miss Humphreys.
The ex-boyfriend, Mr. Cook, is here, and he's been a total stand-up guy. He's been there for her and the baby, was at the baby shower, and was even at the birth.
Mr. Cook, have you been in the child's life?
Yes.
What have you done for Tyler?
I bought Tyler stuff for his baby shower. I was there when Tyler was born.
You were?
Yes.
At the hospital?
Yeah, but he wasn't there. He wasn't at the baby shower neither. When Miss Humphreys told me she was conceived, which was September 1st, we eliminated Mr. Mosley from even being a candidate for being Tyler's father.
He's so hurt by her lies. He tells her he's been trying to do the right thing, but she's just been playing games with both of them.
Are you telling him that he's the child's father? And you're telling Mr. Mosley he's the child's father?
Wow.
I'm the only one that's doing
She's
something
not
for the
lying
child.
now, she's telling the truth.
I'm the only one doing something for the child.
So,
I
Mr.
keep
Humphreys,
Tyler
why
more
are
than
you,
her.
why is that your approach?
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Which of these men is about to have their life changed forever?
It has been determined by this court. His biological father is Mr. Cook.
I was at my job as a cashier. I got a phone call and I answered it. They said she was going into labor. Quickly changed my clothes and I drove about 45 miles through a winded, wooded road in Wisconsin in December, mind you. So it's about a foot of snow on the ground. I made it to that hospital in less than 35 minutes. I beat her to the hospital and I was there. I called my boss at work and said, hey, I gotta take some days off. I don't care if you fire me or whatever.
In a wild paternity court twist, Ms. Miller is here to prove her incredibly dedicated ex, Mr. Rasmussen, isn't her daughter Zaylee's dad and wants him gone.
Ms. Miller, you're here to prove to your ex-boyfriend, Scotty Rasmussen, that he is not the father of your 3-year-old daughter, Zaylee Rasmussen. You claim you've been in an ongoing court battle over custody and have petitioned the court several times for a DNA test, all of which have been denied.
His explanation for her bizarre crusade? She hates me, because he shamefully admits he cheated on her right at the end of their relationship.
Why is Ms. Miller saying you're not Zaylee's father?
Your Honor, I believe it's just out of pure hatred.
You say she hates you. Why does she hate you?
She hates me because at the end of the relationship, when things got rocky, I'll admit it, I did go to another woman. I'll be the first to admit that, it was my mistake.
But she claims his cheating is old news. The real reason she wants him gone is because she thinks he only wants visitation just to claim Zaylee on his taxes.
He says this is about visitation too. He loves his daughter, but you don't want him to have the visitation. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor. Because I believe that the only reason why he wants the visitation is to claim her on his taxes.
Her big gotcha proof he's not the dad. He was partying it up in Las Vegas when Zaylee was conceived, and she was busy getting with someone else.
Because I still believe that he is not hers.
You don't believe he's her biological father?
Yes, Your Honor. She was conceived in March 2011. He wasn't even in the same state. He was in Vegas. At that time in March, I wasn't even with him. I was with somebody else because he broke up with me because he cheated on me.
But Mr. Rasmussen says he had absolutely no idea about another man until 5 months after Zaylee's birth, when she suddenly dropped that bombshell in family court.
I was, and still believe, I was the biological father until about 5 or 6 months or so, give or take, after she was born. We were talking to the family court commissioner about custody, things that go along with that, like where she'd be going to school, her doctor, and all that. Ms. Miller brings it up that I could possibly not be the father because of another man that was involved, and she gave some date, I can't remember the specifics.
His absolutely legendary birth story. He raced 45 miles through a foot of snow, beating her to the hospital, and told his job, "Fire me, because my daughter's being born."
I was at my job as a cashier. I got a phone call and I answered it. They said she was going into labor, quickly changed my clothes, and I drove about 45 miles through a winded, wooded road in Wisconsin in December, mind you, so it was about a foot of snow on the ground. I made it to that hospital in less than 35 minutes. I beat her to the hospital, and I was there. I called my boss at work and said, "Hey, I gotta take some days off. I don't care if you fire me or whatever."
She scoffs at his heroic tale, calling it a complete lie and claiming he just sat in the corner on his computer, showing not much excitement at all.
That's a lie. After she was born.
That was an amazing story. You say that was a lie?
Yes, it is. While I was in labor, he was sitting on one of those hospital cot beds on his computer in the corner, not paying attention to me, in his own little bubble.
How often does a man beat the woman to the hospital?
I really didn't see much excitement.
You didn't?
No.
So why did she let him sign the birth certificate? Because they were engaged. But then one of his own friends snitched that he was cheating with multiple girls.
You let him sign the birth certificate?
I gave my daughter my last name.
Because we were engaged, and I thought we were going to get married. I thought we were going to have a happy life and raise our daughter together until about 3 months after she was born. One of his friends told me everything that he was doing throughout our entire relationship, cheating on me, going to multiple places to meet multiple girls.
And what about the other potential father in this mess? Ms. Miller claims he's a ghost who conveniently changed his number, moved, and completely disappeared off the face of the earth.
Where's this other possible father?
I'm not even quite sure. After we broke up, he changed his number, he moved, he pretty much disappeared. I have tried to find him, I have tried to get a hold of him, and I can't find him.
The courtroom is dead silent as the verdict for Zaylee is read. Is this man's epic 10,000-mile journey of fatherhood about to come to a devastating, soul-crushing end?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Rasmussen, you are not the father. Miss Miller?
Well, don't talk to me and don't come around me then.
But you know what?
How about that?
Why are you nasty?
How about that? I'm being nasty because I've been doing this for 3 years, Tanya. You raised 2 boys by yourself.
So what?
So you know how it is. So don't come at me with that. You all up in his business. You acting like you went under him.
Why? Because you want to?
Ms. Sutton claims she discovered her man, Mr. Smith, was living a double life with another baby mama only, after she tagged him in her ultrasound pic on Facebook.
What do you mean he had a double life?
Him and his other baby mama were together when he was supposed to be with me. Like, he was staying with me, living with me. I used to see him every day. He used to come home every night. And then all of a sudden, when I get pregnant, it's an issue. When I post my picture of my ultrasound when I got pregnant with my daughter on Facebook, I tagged him in it, and that's when she messaged me, and she told me who she was.
His wild defense? They only had one hookup. Then he went on vacation, and she called him pregnant. He immediately accused her of lying with Jimmy, Joe, and John.
First, I met her through my cousin. First time we had a sexual encounter, we met at my auntie's house. I had went out of town to Cleveland, Ohio. It was on the 4th of July, and she called my cousin's phone and something like, is DJ around you? And she gave me the phone, she was like, she said, I'm pregnant by you. I'm like, you pregnant by who? She's like, by you. I'm like, you lying, you gotta be lying. I'm like, what about Jimmy, Joe, and John?
His scientific proof that baby Kaylee isn't his, he ridiculously declares, ain't nobody in my family got no big forehead like that.
You've been denying my baby from day one. When she looked just like you, ain't nobody in my family got no big forehead like that.
But wait, Ms. Sutton claims he actually dodged 2 free DNA tests through child support. He just screams back that she and her mom are ghetto and nasty.
Then she gonna say that she tried to give me a free DNA test. Okay, if you try to give me a free DNA test.
Child support, he did not show up twice for a DNA test. So what that's saying, I was a man, if I know a baby wasn't mine, I'll be the first one up there to take a DNA test.
Then his mom, Ms. Colley, drops an absolute nuke. She claims Ms. Sutton has slept with her other family members' husbands and baby daddies, and she personally caught her in bed with one.
Your Honor, Miss Sutton is not telling you that she done slept with my family members' husbands and baby daddy, and I caught her with one of them. We have tried hard, very hard, to get along with this girl. She has slept with one of my family members, both of her baby daddies, and when I was staying with Miss Sutton, I came home and caught her in bed with one of them.
Sutton's weak defense for getting caught? Yes, she started sleeping with that other guy, but only after baby Kaylee was born, when he was her boyfriend at the time.
Are you sleeping with multiple people in her family?
Me and the person that she say I was sleeping with, I did not start sleeping with her after that my daughter was born.
The jailbird saga unfolds. He admits that every time he got locked up, she'd put money on his books, so he felt obligated to her when he got out.
Your Honor, let me tell you what my mama mean when she say bye-bye. Okay, every time I got incarcerated, me and LaQuay, we wasn't never in no boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. Yes, we did have a sexual intercourse with each other. So every time I done went to jail, yes, I done called LaQuay. She think that just because she put money on my book, money on my phone, when I get out, she feel like I'm obligated to stay with her because what she done for me behind the wall.
The mothers go to war. After Ms. Colley unleashes on Sutton, Sutton disgustingly implies that Colley is just jealous and wants her own son.
Well, don't talk to me and don't come around me then.
But you know what?
How about that? How about that? I'm being nasty because I've been doing this 3 years, Tanya. You raised 2 boys by yourself.
So what?
So you know how it is. So don't come at me with that. You all up in his business. You acting like you ain't under him.
Why? Because you want to?
Ms. Sutton has a gut-wrenching breakdown, sobbing that Smith does for his other kids while she was bringing their baby to a nasty, stinking jail to visit him.
Does for all his other kids, but don't do for mine. You know how hurtful that is. Did you see that on social media and his other baby mama tagging me in pictures of him holding his daughter and don't even want to take a picture with mine. Tell him that he loves me and how he want to be with me and my baby. I brought my baby down to the jail to see him. Stuff. Who wants to bring that baby to a nasty, stinking jail?
After all the jailhouse romance, family feuds, and big forehead theories, the DNA results for Kaylee are in. Is this man who lived a double life her father?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Smith, you are the father.
I had a blood clot. Put me in the hospital, put me on blood thinners, and they said the blood thinners carry a massive risk, neither one of you making it through. And I called him and I said, you need to come home.
I'd never been so scared in my life.
And I told him that I didn't know if Lucas was gonna make it. I didn't know if I was gonna make it. He came home. We spent the next month in the hospital.
Mr. Reed is convinced it's medically impossible that he's baby Lucas's father and has been haunted by the doubts ever since his birth.
Mr. Reed, you believe it is medically impossible that you are Lucas's father. You say you bonded with him at birth and have taken care of him and loved him. Every time you look at Lucas, you are haunted by the doubts that you are not his biological father.
But the doubt truly ignited after an argument when Ms. Whittier admits she spitefully and foolishly snapped at him. Well, how do you know if it's even yours?
Getting away from the conflict that constantly drags our family down.
And that conflict is all based upon a paternity issue.
Shortly before Lucas's birth, we had an argument. That argument led to the ultimate gonna shut him up kind of moment. So I said, well, how do you know if it's even yours?
You say that in the argument?
Yes.
Their romance had a wild start. He saved her toddler from drowning. They fell hard, then had a psychic connection and reunited across state lines.
So talk to me about the nature of this relationship. How did your relationship begin?
Tried to save my toddler that he thought was drowning. He didn't realize she could swim.
Good reflexes, Mr. Reed.
It was a baby and she was adorable, cute little stubby thing running around the pool in a little swimmer diaper. She jumps in the pool and I'm right behind her and I come up looking for her swimming around.
Then the exes came for blood. His ex whispered doubts in his ear, while her ex sent a disgusting, vulgar video to her phone that Mr. Reed found.
That's what my mom said.
Did you have any doubt during that time that the child was yours?
No, not at the time of the pregnancy, I didn't know.
With his ex-girlfriend. The conflict started between me and her. Well, then she starts whispering in his ear, oh, well, what if it's not yours? There was some argument. An ex of mine decided to be disgusting, send a very vulgar message to my phone.
During the pregnancy, a terrified Mr. Reed rushed back to her side to be her rock after she developed a life-threatening blood clot that risked both her and the baby.
I had a blood clot. Put me in the hospital, put me on blood thinners, and they said the blood thinners carry a massive risk, neither one of you making it through. And I called him and I said, you need to come home.
I'd never been so scared in my life.
And I told him that I didn't know if Lucas was gonna make it. He came home. We spent
Yep.
the next month in the hospital.
The ultimate birth certificate bombshell. Mr. Reed's name isn't on it because Ms. Whittier is still technically married to a whole other man.
It's bad element.
Are you on Lucas's birth certificate?
No, ma'am.
He's not.
That lady came in there and said, we cannot put his name on the birth certificate since she is still technically married, and she is.
Was not able to put his name on the birth certificate because by law, your husband is presumed to be father of the child.
A man I have never laid eyes on.
The core of his doubt, baby Lucas was born with albinism, a rare genetic disease that Mr. Reed swears no one in his healthy family has ever had.
When Lucas started getting really sick, when he was 2 weeks old, he had his first grand mal seizure. Sometime during that 3-week hospitalization, Joe's like, how does this happen? You know, nobody in my family has seizures. Nobody in my family has any of the feeding issues or the heart issues or the brain issues that Lucas does.
To make things even more confusing, the other man Ms. Whittier slept with during a break is also blonde and blue-eyed, fueling the paternity mystery.
Your grandmother, grandfather, on both sides, maternal and paternal.
No, I had.
Your mother and father.
Yeah, nobody has albinism. I've never heard of anybody.
There's no one with an actual diagnosis, but there's several people who show similar symptoms.
Do any of your exes have this albinism gene?
Medically, I have no idea.
A genetics expert is brought in, explaining that any two parents can unknowingly carry the recessive gene for albinism. But will hard science be enough to convince Mr. Reed?
From the parents to the child, but depending on which gene is affected, depends on whether both parents or one parent passes it. And when it meets a copy of itself, meaning both parents having the albinism, the same gene affected, then it becomes dominant. Yes, everybody can carry the albinism trait, but usually you only find out when the baby gets here.
Judge Lake holds the envelope. Is it truly medically impossible, like Mr. Reed believes? Or is he the biological father of the beautiful boy he already loves so much?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Reed, you are the father. Court has identified and located another man who says he was intimate with you as well.
Look at that though.
That man, Mr. Gregory, is here.
A shame.
Mr. Boston's genius, proof. He's not baby Tristan's dad. You have to have relations to make a baby, and I don't remember even doing that with her.
Mr. Boston, what is your proof that you are not Tristan's father?
Yana, you have to have sex to make a baby. And I don't believe in, I don't remember even doing that well.
Lies.
His story crumbles in seconds. First, no relations, then relations with protection. Ms. Murphy screams he never used protection, and the judge declares his credibility shot.
Did you or did you not have a sexual relationship with Ms. Murphy?
I mean, I had, but we had protection.
On different occasions.
So I'm trying to figure out how this baby.
Okay, but now you done started off the whole case lying. You said you gotta have sex to have a baby.
Exactly.
You're saying you didn't have sex, but you did.
Right.
Now you're saying you used protection.
Yes.
The best part? He didn't even know her real name, Teresa Murphy, despite supposedly sleeping with his friend Bookie for months. How is that even possible?
That family member came in the house and told me, well, you know somebody named Teresa? At the time, I didn't know her government name. Only thing I knew was
He's
Bookie.
lying.
Never knew her name was Teresa.
Oh my God.
Even in Chicago.
So you've been sleeping with her for 4 months and don't know her name.
Not even her government name.
His big aha moment came after he sobered up from a tipsy night. Only then did he realize the timeline for conception made absolutely no sense.
I say, well, congratulations. Tell her congratulations. Who was the father? So the lady she's saying you the father of this child. Oh yeah, so how far along is she? She like you. So yeah, at the time, yes, I was a little tipsy, you know what I'm saying? But in my head, yeah, I got another child on the way, I'm gonna see how this work out.
The plot thickens to a gumbo. Ms. Murphy finally admits she wasn't exclusive with Boston, and the court reveals another man, Mr. Gregory, was also in the mix.
For that 4 months, you were sleeping with him without protection consistently. Before you got pregnant, was he the only man you were intimate with at all? Let her answer.
No.
Court has identified and located another man who says he was intimate with you as well.
Look at that though.
That man, Mr. Gregory, is here.
Enter potential father number 2, Mr. Gregory. He coolly admits to relations with Ms. Murphy, but the second she told him she was pregnant via Facebook, he promptly blocked her.
we've determined that you, in fact, have had a relationship with Miss Murphy.
A sexual relationship. She texted me on Facebook and told me she was pregnant. I never talked to her again. Like, deleted everything. So I blocked her. So basically, I blocked her.
You got a message on Facebook that she was potentially pregnant by you and you deleted her?
Blocked it.
He blocked me.
Miss Murphy's own best friend spills the tea. Boston was sleeping in her bed, but then Murphy did start messing with Mr. Gregory during a 2-week break.
Who do you believe is Tristan's biological father?
Mr. Boston. Well, I was living with Teresa the whole time.
Floor.
He was sleeping in my bed.
Was Mr. Boston the only man coming over there within that 4-month period?
When she was saying him, he was the only man. They broke up. They weren't talking. I say like 2 weeks. That's when she started messing with Mr. Gregory.
The ultimate child support scam. Ms. Murphy put Boston on child support simply because she had his info and he didn't visit before the birth, not because she knew he was the dad.
A name listed as father on his birth certificate.
I put Mr. Boston on child support.
You did what? I ain't
I
getting
have
no letter.
proof.
Why would you arbitrarily choose Mr. Boston and put him on child support?
At the time when I conceived, I didn't talk to neither one of them, but I had Mr. Boston information as far as his birthday, his social security number, and everything.
Judge Lake completely erupts, blasting Ms. Murphy for running around here having relations like it's a sport and just randomly picking a dad to put on child support.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all gonna learn something today. Y'all gonna learn something in this courtroom today. Running around here having sex like it's a sport, and then when somebody asks her to name a father, she just named the one that she got the most information on.
Thank you.
First up, Mr. Gregory, the man who blocked her on sight. Judge Lake opens the envelope. Is he the father of 10-month-old Tristan, or is he permanently off the hook?
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Gregory, you are not his father.
Now for Mr. Boston, the guy who doesn't remember. Will Judge Lake's second envelope confirm his forgotten night of partying led to fatherhood, or is Tristan's dad still a total mystery?
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Boston, you are not the father.
I gotta drop a little knowledge on you, Mr. Matthews. If these kids are yours today, you gonna be paying for it.
He already gonna be paying for one because he signed the birth certificate, so I ain't worried about it.
Right.
All right, so did you in fact sign the birth certificate?
For the girl, for Renaya, not for Salih.
This nasty battle begins with Mr. Matthews claiming Ms. Rainey has family trees in her. She fires back that she wasted 8.5 years in love with him.
Mr. Matthews, what do you have to say?
I have to say that it's not possible that it can only be between me and one person. She is known to have family trees in her. When I say this, I mean it's like...
The ultimate legendary power move. After he dared her, she actually named their son, Saleh, after the other man she was sleeping with.
Okay, so Ms. Rainey, why did you name your son after another man?
He told me to.
Yeah,
His words was, that ain't my son.
Why
He
is you
don't
texting
look. He
me?
don't look like me.
His excuse for their 8.5-year relationship? Just meaningless hookups. He icily declares, "I've been dealing with females since I was 13. She don't stand a chance."
For 8.5 years and don't have no feelings, period. Point. Be real. You ain't finna deal with me for 8.5 years off and on and don't have no type of feelings. Stop
13 years old and I don't got no feelings.
Please stop fronting.
Plot twist. She outrageously claims he was living in her apartment that her other baby's daddy was paying for. What a tangled, chaotic financial web.
8 weeks, 8 years.
That's nothing though. It's females that I've been having sex with since I was 13 years old. And they don't mean nothing. She don't stand a chance. Like,
But you done live with me off and on
Like, for
in my
real.
apartment.
right, that your big daddy was paying for.
The ultimate moocher confession. She says she worked every job imaginable, even on a pole, to support him. He shamelessly admits, "If she gave it to me, I'ma take it."
Always had my own place until now.
And you made your own money?
Own money.
You were having
surviving, getting it, whether it was working on a pole, working at a restaurant, I got it.
Right.
And you had half of it, so what you complaining for?
I wasn't complaining.
So you're criticizing her, and yet you openly admit you were living off of her and letting her take care of you.
Listen, I don't care if she was at the door panhandling.
Busted. After all his vehement denials, it's revealed he already signed the birth certificate for their daughter, Renaya, legally making himself a dad.
That's because he's nowhere. He's a little.
Well, I gotta drop a little knowledge on you, Mr. Matthews. If these kids are yours today, you gonna be paying for it.
He already gonna be paying for one because he signed the birth certificate, so I ain't worried about it.
So, did you in fact sign the birth certificate?
For the girl, for Renaya, not for Salih.
The hypocrisy showdown is epic. He calls her out for sleeping around. She screams back at him, "Because you a dude, it makes you any different from me?"
Because he don't
You
respect
get respect
himself.
where respect due.
Because he don't respect
You
himself.
know, because she
Anytime
don't respect
you can
herself.
take the time out your day,
Herself.
somebody
She
who
work-
you got a
she like-
child by,
she talking about
you
working on a
disrespecting
pole, like she
yourself.
proud that you had
And
sex with the
so
whole
what?
family. Oh yeah, I
Okay,
did.
and so how many people?
I'm a dude.
So
It don't
what?
matter. It's
Because you
dude.
a dude, it makes you any different from me?
In a heartbreaking moment, Ms. Rainey reveals her rough life in foster care is why she clung to him, desperate not to have her kids abandoned like she was.
I had a rough life. When you don't have nobody and that's all you have is somebody that's really nothing, but I don't want to be with him because he can't respect me as not only the child, his kid's mother, but as his Muslim sister, as a friend. He gonna keep playing me that way. But at a point in time, I'm done. I'm tired and I'm fed up.
If 2 kids weren't enough, Mr. Matthews casually admits he has 6 other kids with other women. That makes 8 potential children for this world-class broke Casanova.
So tell me, has he helped you at all? Well, he bought a pack of diapers and a can of milk. My daughter is 11 months. Mr. Matthews, is that true?
Yep.
Are these your only possible children, Mr. Matthews?
No, I got 6 kids.
You have six children, besides these 2.
Yes, Your Honor.
The courtroom is on edge for the final verdict. Is this broke moocher about to be on the hook for 2 kids? Or is the joke on Ms. Rainey?
In the case of Rainey versus Matthews, when it comes to Renaya Matthews, Mr. Matthews, you are indeed her father.
Why did you miss my 8th grade graduation? You weren't away.
Because
you were out. You were able to come. Why did you miss it?
Jamie, because I was a piece of I'm not gonna keep down on myself, but I didn't care about y'all. I'm keeping it real. Y'all want me to keep it real? I didn't care about y'all because y'all was in my way of doing what I wanted to do.
3 adult sisters are dragging their own mother, Ms. Liddell, to court, accusing her of lifelong paternity fraud after decades of lies about their real dad.
Ms. Williams, you are here today with your 2 sisters because you say you're tired of being lied to by your mother, Ms. Liddell. You all claim she wasn't a good mother and say her promiscuous behavior is the reason you need the results of a paternity test today.
In a stunningly brutal opening, Mom Ms. Liddell viciously calls her own daughters manipulators. Just like me,
She never showed up. Excuse me, Your Honor. There was never a paternity test, so I don't know where they're getting it from. One thing I tell you about my 3 daughters, they are manipulating. Just like me.
Where we get it from?
They are liars. It's
Talking
the truth.
like we're not even
It's
her
the
kids.
truth.
the doubt first ignited years ago when their mom, in a fit of rage, venomously screamed at daughter Jamie, "That's why he's not your father," just to hurt her.
When I was about 17 years old, me and her had an argument, and she said, "That's why he's not your father." Trying to hit it at a low point, knowing growing up, that's always been something always eating at me, not knowing who my father was.
Lisa's unbelievable meet your dad story. A random man at a gas station recognized her mom, who then casually pointed and said, "Lisa, that your daddy."
This is the saddest thing, Your Honor. After I had my son was 3 months. We go to the gas station. A man notices my mother, but she does not notice him. He calls out her name. "Who are you?" He's talking about some, "So you don't know who I am." She's talking about some, "I don't know you." Talking about some, "Yes, you do." She's talking about some, "Oh, Lisa, they're your daddy." How is you not gonna know this is my daddy when you look at him?
The ultimate horrifying confession. Ms. Liddell finally admits she's not sure if Mr. Williams is any of their fathers because I was whorish. I ran the streets. I laid down with anybody.
Do you know who her father is?
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest. Jamie, no. Lisa, no. Jasmine, no. I'm not for sure if James is their father, if he's not their father. Because I was whorish. I did me. I ran the streets. Okay, you can keep your slab remarks.
Is their father?
Yes,
Do
Your
you
Honor.
know who are the other people that could possibly be their father?
I have a couple of people in mind.
The alleged dad, Mr. Williams, appears via video and immediately denies the girls are his because their mom was a known party girl, fast girl, who he caught cheating.
Deep in my heart, Your Honor, and I hate to say it, and it's hurting me to say it too, but no, I do not.
You don't act like Sean.
And
Don't act like it.
what are your doubts?
I always had the doubt in my heart. When I met their mom, she was living the type of lifestyle as a party girl, fast girl. I caught her in the act. One time I caught her in the car with a guy.
The daughters tearfully confess they almost don't want him to be their dad because he was so absent. leaving them with no mother or father their entire lives.
Heard about this man. This is my real father.
Yes. Why it hurts so bad, because he is the only father that I ever knew. He is, but it's kind of a part of me that, we your little girls, we your daughters. We already don't got our mother, and then we don't have our father. Do you know, come on now, when a little girl don't got her daddy, do you know what?
Never had that father to show you.
In a moment of pure evil, Ms. Liddell tells daughter Jamie she missed her 8th grade graduation simply because I didn't care about y'all. Y'all was in my way.
Why did you miss my 8th grade graduation? You were in the way.
Because
you were out. You were able to come. Why did you miss it?
Jamie, because I was a piece of, I'm not gonna keep down on myself, but I didn't care about y'all. I'm keeping it real. Y'all want me to keep it real? I didn't care about y'all. Because y'all was in my way of doing what I wanted to do.
It gets even worse. Lisa reveals her mom once told her she should have aborted me. Ms. Liddell coldly confirms on the stand, I sure did, I sure said that.
She told me she should have aborted me. She said I'm not her daughter, she should have aborted me.
I sure did. I sure said that because you know what?
Miss Liddell, hold on.
With this entire family emotionally shattered, will the final DNA results bring any closure at all, or just confirm their entire lives have been one catastrophic lie?
When it comes to Miss Jamie Williams, Mr. Williams, you are not her father.
Thank you, James, for what you did for me. Thank you.